what are we up to today? Well, we're hiding out in my workshop with my horrible shaky camera work. So, today's going to be probably a jewelry episode. We're going to work with this laser cutter here, and I'm going to try yet another alternative method. Now, hiding away here, I have some Petrobond casting sand, and then in a bucket under the table I have some actual green sand, which is actually kind of coarse. But an idea I've had in the back of my head for a while is to make a graphite mold with the laser. So I have a collection of these graphite sheets, and these are 3mm thick sheets of graphite. I've got about 20 or 30 of these. I'm going to start by seeing if I can actually engrave a design into this, and then I'm going to see if I can cut it as well. I might be able to make a layered mold like I do with MDF, but with graphite. So I'm going to sacrifice one of these and see if I can actually engrave into it first, and then we'll go from there and see if we can actually make a mold. We might even cast into it. I have the sand casting master here from my previous piece of jewelry design, which was a tritium gas vial as the shaft of a candle, and that was made out of brass from my late brother. So yeah, we'll get these out, have a closer look at these, and then we'll do some design on the computer and see what we can work out. You will have to excuse how dirty things are here, because this is my dirty work area. I normally film in my clean work area. But these are nice little pieces of graphite. They seem to be reasonably smooth and level, which is good. So my idea here is to engrave a nice textured face into this side, and then cut through this to make another layer to form the sides of the mold, and then use a third one as the back. Now the difficult bit here is going to be to work out how to make vent holes and sluices and keep everything in position, but I'll probably do things the same way I do with timber and actually laser cut some holes, or at least some guides, so that I can drill guide holes, and then I'll use screws or something to align everything. So anyway, the first test I need to run, and I'm going to choose this piece here that's a little dirty, is to see if I can actually impact that with the laser at all, because I'm using a 40 watt infrared laser, and we'll try and do a raster graphic on that and see what we get. So I'll use a pre-existing design I've done before that's quite small. Alright, so I've taken the hatching that I've used, and this is how I get my laser to differentiate between vector and raster mode. Anything that is hatched in AutoCAD will be rendered as a raster cut, and anything that's a vector will be vector cut. So I've got the hatching from this previous model, or previous design, this guy here, and I'm going to have it cut out a hole in some MDF the same size as the graphite sheet, which should be here. That'll be somewhere about that size, and so that I can just drop it into the hole. So if it does work very well, I can drop another sheet in here, get the position correct again, and then cut all the other pieces in. So if this does work well, I can continue to make a functioning mold. Anyway, let's go over to our laser, which is noisy. Go over in the one cut here. I've got a piece of scrap timber in here, so we're going to move our laser head across, and we're going to calibrate that. We're going to go autofocus, and we'll come up and focus. Then we'll cut that section and lift it out, and we'll drop our graphite sheet in and refocus again. Alright, I'm going to cut this bit off camera, just because it's a test run. We'll be back in a moment. Before I get started, I'm just going to share with you guys the speed I'm using 100% power of my 40 watts, which is down a little bit. This is quite an old cutter. I'm running at 20%. I'm doing Smart Act so it can economize its speed. For the vector setting, I'm using what I do for normally, is between 0.6 and 0.7% at 100% power. That'll cut through 3mm MDF nice and cleanly. So we'll save that. We're going to go back. I've got lots of air happening through here, and I'm going to turn some air assist on in a moment, and we'll get this cutting. We'll see you once we're cut. Right, we're finished cutting, and I'm glad I did a test run. I spotted a problem. There's obviously one line I forgot about on the edge of the hatching. But anyway, we'll remove that. This should drop in the hole nicely. Actually almost perfectly, in fact. Fits in there. Alright, so what we'll do, we'll reload that same job with the same settings. We're going to push our carriage along just a little bit here. Come along here, and we'll drop my camera down here on the bed so you can see it focus. Alright, so I need to go back and correct this and reissue the job. Now that's 20% speed on MDF. I suspect graphite's going to be a lot harder, but we'll see what happens. Alright, so let's go and load the job in again without that extra line. Okay, for this run, based on the MDF, I'm dropping my raster speed back to 15%, and then on my vector settings, because we don't really need to cut a big hole in this, I'm just going to bump this way up, make it nice and quick, because we don't really care what the vector line's doing on this one. It's only there for reference. Alright, that'll do. Close enough. Alright, let's give this a run. I might even leave my phone, or my camera phone, whatever you call it these days. I'm recording this on my phone. So I might leave my phone down here to watch this actually do its thing. I'll get a big blob of blue tack and stick it down. So let's get that set up. So very little impression on the graphite. I can sort of see a bit of a shape there, but I think we're going to need to go a lot slower than that. So I'll slow it down and we'll see what our results get. This time I'm going to go overkill and go down to 1%. See what that does. We'll try that. Okay, let's get this cracking. By comparison, we're moving at a snail's pace here. I'm not sure if you can really see in that top corner there. If I can shield this properly. Moving very slowly. And now the compressor's on. So I'm going to stop this short and we'll be back in a moment. Alright, so at 1%, we're still not even touching it. Not even making a dent in the surface. So yeah, this could be fun. I'm going to see if I paint it. I'll put a quick little spray of paint, see if that might concentrate some of the heat, but my guess is probably not. But we'll give it a try anyway. Alright, I'm going to pick a Australian Export Gloss Red. It's just one of the random colours I had laying around, and probably one of the few that's actually got a working nozzle. So I'll give that a coat of that paint, let that dry, and see if that makes any difference to its laser cutting ability. I'm pretty skeptical that this will work, but it's something I think I should try. So anyway, all in the name of experimentation. Sometimes we do try things that might not necessarily work, but sometimes I get lucky and these crazy ideas actually turn out to work really well. Like pouring white metal straight into MDF with a bit of graphite powder on there. So see how we go. Alright, so for the red paint run we're going to go up to 20%, just because that's what I started with, and I want to see if the paint makes any difference. Now the red paint here is still a bit wet, so this could be pretty spectacular. So I'm going to put my phone down in here and put the air assist way up and see if we get any flames. So I've turned off all the noisy stuff for the moment. It's because this is the end of this test. We'll have a look. Well, it's cut nicely through the paint. So let's go back to the desk and see what it looks like there. Alright, so I'm going to have a bit of a scrape with the piece of wood here and see. There's no real indentation on the graphite at all, which I'm not actually terribly surprised about. So yeah, we can scrape all of that paint off. No wuckers. Right, so lesson learnt, a CO2 laser is not real great for engraving graphite. I wasn't sure, which is why I bought a bunch of pieces to experiment with. So I might have to find somebody with a mini NC mill. And I have some little tiny invaders in my workshop too. Hello buddy. You're going to run away. I get distracted by stuff like that a lot. I think that might be why people think I may have autism a little bit, or maybe ADHD or stuff like that. I don't know. There's no official diagnosis. We might work on one day. But back to the main topic of this video. Graphite and CO2 laser, no go. Not with my intensity of laser anyway. If you guys have got some tips on how this might happen, fire away in the comments. I'm happy to try a few things out. But for this one, this is a short video and this is a bit of a fail. So anyway, I had hoped it worked. Or it would work. Don't know. I'm going to go do some more thinking. We'll be back in another video. Hope you had fun. See you later.